So in this video, I talk with Derral Eves about a super cool YouTube case study of getting 10,000 subscribers in less than 20 days and the lessons that you can learn from that. We talk about a super cool event that's coming up soon and the #1 strategy for growing your YouTube channel. Seriously, coming up. Hey, what's up everybody? Sean here with Video Influencers, help you build your influence, income, and impact with online video. And I'm sitting here with Derral Eves, who's literally like the YouTube edutainer of the year every year for the last 20 years. Legitimately, as far as even this channel you're watching, you're getting YouTube tips, online video tips. He's been doing it forever. He's got an incredible YouTube channel. Of course, we'll link it up. But can you put your story in a snap, just a short bio on who you are?
For me, I got my degree in marketing, and I've always been curious of how things operate and, what gets people to do certain things. And I think the biggest thing was graduated, started my own company, and did a lot of online marketing. Back in those days, as in 1999, that's called spam. You'd actually do a lot of spam.
Yes.
But in 2005, I was actually on Craigslist. This is about October, and I was trying to find some equipment for my office, and I found this little thing that says you could get one of those iPods. And it was like one of those brick iPods. I'm like, okay, that's really cool, because this is 2005, and this is like the hip thing to do.
Yeah.
Went to a site called YouTube, and I signed up, and I had to get 100 people to sign up, and that's when I actually got started on YouTube. It was in 2005, late 2005, and then 2006, I realized that these videos actually ranked really well in Google, and this is before Google bought them, and then it ranked a lot better once Google actually purchased. And so that first year, my company focused in on getting videos produced and ranked on YouTube in 2006, and we ranked 865 videos on the front page of Google.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So and now and that's 16 years deep of YouTube experience. You were there at the beginning.
Yeah.
You're like the founder.
Well, no, I'm not quite the founder. I don't have the billions of dollars to go with that.
Right. So that's awesome. Now, you've got a great channel, and we want to jump into some practical tips. You have a ton of tips, and
Absolutely.
So definitely check out the tips on your channel. But one of the big things, and we actually put out a video recently on it, is all about audience retention. We're talking about ranking back then.
Yeah.
The new kind of #1 ranking factor has a lot to do with audience retention, but you put a lot of distinctions in there.
Definitely.
What are some ways that the audience could increase their audience retention?
Yeah, well, it all depends on where you want to actually reach. So there's different ways to, get your placement on Google than it would be on YouTube. The biggest thing, though, if you want to grow an audience, you want that audience to really get more visibility into your new audiences that are out there, potential audiences there, is you have to have one factor. There's one little metric that you always need to pay attention is it's audience retention.
Yes.
How long do they actually retain on a video? And
let's break it down even more. So how long do they watch your video?
Yeah.
Out of 10 minutes,
exactly.
30%, 3 minutes.
Exactly. So the key figures, and trust me, I've generated a lot of video views on YouTube and Facebook and build a lot of audiences really, really quickly. It all comes back down to being above 70%. If you can get above 70%, YouTube will promote the heck out of you. You'll be always on suggested videos. And if you can get this sweet metrics, there's a couple other key indicators that are on it. If you can get that, then they'll actually start recommending you in-app. So they'll actually push it out, even if it's non-related. And that's where I've seen a channel, and this is no exaggeration, where they were, at this time last year, had 1,000 subscribers. They're now hitting 3 million.
Jeez.
So, I mean, you can really, really grow.
Can you talk just briefly on those other metrics?
Yeah, so there's a couple key factors. So the first one definitely is audience retention, which is really, really key. But it's also the engagement that people actually do. So are they liking? Are they commenting? Are they sharing? Are they actually posting it on their other social profiles? So that's a metric that you would want to look at as well.
So for the video influencers that are watching, if they had a few questions and a filter to put their videos through, what are some ways they could maybe reverse engineer? I mean, they might see that it's bad, but then how do they say, how can I make this better? What are some of the ways to improve that?
Yeah, that's great. So one of the things that everyone should do is literally do all the preparation that you need to do for the content, but then analyze and adjust because you make tweaks. Hey, why did I get this peak in this video? So right here, there's a peak over 100%. Well, what are they doing? They're rewinding because they're finding that content valuable, or it's funny, or it's engaging, that they wanted to rewatch that.
Got it.
And so you can look at different points, and it makes it really easy in the analytics that you're able to see, oh, I dropped off right here. What was I doing right here? Well, I disconnected from the message. And so all it is learning from your mistakes and improving on the things that you find that you didn't even know that were actually working.
That's huge. And so super practically, go into your YouTube channel, click Creator Studio, go over to your analytics, your audience retention, and then just watch those, what gets measured can be improved.
Definitely. And I think the biggest thing is setting up time that when you actually go and plan what you're actually doing for your channel, that you go back to see what's actually working. There's a lot of people that I do consulting for, and they're really focusing on a certain area, and yet they don't go back through their past library and say, oh, my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top videos were these topics, and they're all the same topic.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I need to do more content on that, and that's where a lot of growth can actually come. And it also does this too. It brings up those other videos as suggested videos.
Amazing. Well. I love it.
So let me give you a hyper tip for everybody out here, because everyone wants to really get their audience retention there. One of the ways to do it is to have series playlists. And if you can actually put videos in a place, it's in a series, YouTube will group them together so that they always kind of, wherever they go, they'll kind of be associated with that. And you can get a lot more session watch time, which is really, really important. That
helps your channel. So specifically, and that is, you create a playlist, but you say that there's a certain box you check for a series, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And so you make sure, and then you can't put it in a different series.
You can't put it in a different series, but you can put it in a different playlist.
Sure. So you could add the videos elsewhere.
Yeah.
Got it. So definitely take advantage of series playlists. You could probably dive deeper in on your channel.
Absolutely.
Now, switching gears, you have another really cool project called Geekify, guys.
I do. Yeah.
And it's kind of a new project. And give us just a quick synopsis.
A little background. So I'm a workaholic, and my wife's like, you need a hobby. I'm like, okay, I tried golf, and it's boring because you're 4 hours out getting sunburn, and she's like, well, you need to do something. Why don't you start a YouTube channel? I'm like, well, I already have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
But, I had an idea. I have all these crazy ideas, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a lot of time, but I want to create a channel where I can collaborate with some of the funnest people on the earth, which is YouTube influencers, right? And just do fun things, like things that I used to do when I was a teenager. So that's kind of my midlife crisis channel.
I love it. Yeah.
But we started, and it's really different. People are like, well, you're going to do this full time. Like, no, I'm only allocated 2 days a month that we actually shoot content for.
Yep.
And we shoot 6 episodes, and we put them up, over the course of a month.
That's really, really cool. Now, specifically though, the channel grew to 10,000 subscribers really quick.
Really fast,
and
within 20 days.
Which is insane, but you really attribute that to one thing we were talking before, and what was that?
Absolutely. So one of the biggest ways to grow is to have other people that have audiences, and you collaborate with them. Now, collaboration, you're like, well, why would somebody want to collaborate with you? I'm not as big as you. And we actually had, in our first collaboration we had a channel that had over 2 million subscribers, another one that had 3 million subscribers, so on and so forth. You have to have value that you offer them. And the value that we offered them from our channel was a creative video.
Yeah.
Something that they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like you shot drones out of the sky with shotguns.
Yeah.
Or, you're doing dirt bike jousting with bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff like that.
Crazy stuff. And that's the thing. So if you see the channel, you created a concept that was very cool, and then you invited people to be a part of it, and you were going to do the heavy lifting of the production.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they were able. So the question would be kind of maybe what ideas could you create that you could then invite others into and then create momentum off that?
And it's all about friendship too. I mean, here we're at a conference, and it's getting to know people, and not really say, hey, let's collaborate when you first meet them. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to get to know them personally.
Yeah.
And if there's like some type of friendship or bond, then that's when you say, okay, that's great. Maybe there's something that will work. Maybe something won't.
Very, very good. Now, you also, speaking of YouTube tips and really just growth hacking, one of my favorite words, video, you run an event called VidSummit.
Absolutely.
And so what's VidSummit all about?
So there's a need out there. I've gone to a lot of different conferences, and I wasn't really getting the need that I wanted, which is practical, real-time case study, hardcore strategy that deep dives into it. Like, you'll come to an event and they'll have a panel and they'll talk about stuff that worked 3 years ago, or it's just not necessarily has to do with anything. So I started a conference 3 years ago, and the whole purpose of this conference was to really deep dive, give actual case studies and so on. And you actually attended too. So.
Yeah. So I popped in last year, and that's actually what I love, because I'm into that side of things. You don't just want the inspirational, but you need that informational and strategic.
Like, and how do you actually apply it now?
And how do you do actually like super cool stuff? I kind of feel like ninjas is a weird word to use, but that's the kind of people you bring in, the people that are doing really cool stuff. How are you getting your videos ranked? How are you showing up in related searches? And then also, what are some things you can learn even, off these different platforms? Incredible things. So what are the details? Of course, we'll link it all up in the description below, but the general details for this year's.
Yeah. So the VidSummit's held in LA. October 19th through the 22nd. We actually have some of the most amazing presenters coming this year. One is the creative director, and I work closely. I was the executive producer on the Squatty Potty ad, the pooping unicorn.
The pooping unicorn.
Yeah, so I was the executive producer. He was actually the creative director on it. He's actually coming. He actually has quite the resume. He actually did Poopery. He also has done Purple and a few other really high converting video ads. So he's actually coming to keynote. We have Dan from What's Inside that was able to grow his channel from 0 to 3 million subscribers in 12 months.
Jeez,
just nuts. He's coming. And then we also have the former CEO of New Media Rockstars, and the list goes on. But one person I'm really excited about that's actually coming is Sean Duras. Now, I don't know if you know Sean Duras, huge Snapchatter, but one day he decided, hey, you know what? I want to be able to move my audience off one platform and grow an audience on another. And he is crushing it right now. It's just unbelievable, the strategy he has, and he's done it in less than a year, which is great. So,
that's awesome.
And then, the list goes on. But
So we'll link the details up about that. Check it out. And then we were talking before, you have something out that's not really widely publicized, but people can watch last year's sessions for free.
Yeah, well, it's only to selected groups. I don't want this to go out everywhere.
Yeah,
but
okay. This is video influencers exclusive.
It really is. People that literally geek out on video and really want to know audience development or the latest ad strategies. You saw my ad strategy. It's nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So the latest cutting edge stuff, we're actually giving away the replays. So you can go to vidsummit.com/vidcast live.
Okay.
You just put your name and email in there, and
amazing.
you're all signed up.
So we'll make sure to link that up in the description below. I know that our
and please don't share it out with people that would abuse it.
So for you, the insiders, and we know if you're watching video influencers, you are diehard. You're into the strategies. You're into the tactics. Welcome to the lightning round.
This is the lightning round.
And 3, 2, coffee or tea?
I'm Mormon.
Fair enough. Water?
Yes.
Can you do decaf?
No.
Cat or dog?
None. Fish.
Me! Remember the fish?
Favorite social media app right now?
Snapchat.
Favorite place in the whole wide world?
My house.
Best show that every influencer should watch?
Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
Good mythical morning.
Best book that every influencer should read to help grow their influence?
Primal Branding.
Recommended podcast for influencers?
VidPow.
VidPow by VidTalk on podcasts. Last thing you grabbed out of the fridge?
Celery, which is amazing. I don't know how that works.
New York or LA?
New York.
Would you rather never watch another movie in the movie theater again, or never go on any of the social media apps ever again?
I would never watch a movie again because I would rather watch it on BitTorrent.
Wait! Let's not lose our cool. Then we're no better than the machine.
It's just a joke. I don't do that, I promise.
If you were in a zombie apocalypse, what one thing would you, take with you?
My food storage room, because it has all the ammunition and guns that I need to fight off the zombies.
Brilliant. Lightning round. That's awesome. Well, lastly, where can people find you, and then what are the latest projects that you'd want people to check out?
Well, for me, I stay really busy. I got a lot of different projects, but you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Derral Eves. We've got a couple, after Squatty Potty's success, we got approached by a lot of people. We have 3 projects that we're doing, and it'll be just in time because we're actually going to share all those case studies at VidSummit because they launched August, September, and October, so right just before VidSummit, so it'll be fun.
Awesome. Derral, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Ooh. What's going on, man? What's up, man? Good to see you. You're all smiling when you come walking by. I was like, I say, hey, but I'm like, oh, can't do that.
Are you ready?
I don't even know what the lightning round is, but I'm ready.